gang, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. If you are new here, I'm Ellie and I run this page, Fenlon Interiors. If you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I will leave it here at Fenlon Interiors as well to keep up with everything interior design, lifestyle, visual merchandising and a million and one hauls, to be honest with you. And the same goes for here on YouTube as well, so make sure you do subscribe. Now today's video is going to be talking about interior design trends for 2022. I know, how are we in 2022 already? I do not know. Scary to think that all this craziness that we've been through was like 5 minutes ago when it was 2019. 2019, that's basically 3 years ago, sorry. What? Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I decided to start a new series over here on my page called Let's Talk About ... So I want it to be like very interior design focused, because I know that's what a lot of you obviously are following my page for, and I kind of don't want to move away from that because it's obviously something I really love. And Christmas has been a lot of hauls and things like that, which obviously I love doing and things like that. But I want to do an interior focused video called the Let's Talk About series. So we'll be talking about things like interior trends, paints, wallpapers, styling, everything, you name it, so that I can give my knowledge to you guys. So what better way to start the series really than talking about interior trends ready for the new year and my predictions, which I absolutely love to do. So before we talk about the hot interior trends, I want to talk to you about some hot jewellery. So I have been kindly gifted some unreal jewellery from the fabulous Ana Luisa, as you can see here. I'll do some up close shots for you. Jewellery from Ana Luisa is absolutely stunning. I have chosen this unreal gold ring. I used to be a girl that used to actually love silver, but now I'm really loving gold. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really wanted like sort of a middle finger ring, so it's just the perfect size, and it kind of looks like a croissant, and I love quirky stuff like that. So it's absolutely stunning, and I'm just over the moon with it, to be honest. It's just so beautiful. It's such like a simple and effortless like band, and the perk of it is you can have it on your own, on its own even, or stacked, which I love as well, because they've got so much to choose from. I've also got this stunning bracelet. I like simple jewellery, and Ana Luisa does that perfectly. It's classic, it's small, it's dainty, and I absolutely love it. Again, turning into a gold girl, and I am here for it, you know. I absolutely love it. I think it just looks classy and classic, and as well I think they're gorgeous gifts, to be honest with you. Imagine opening that at Christmas, do you know what I mean? So Ana Luisa is like a high quality jewellery brand, as you can tell, like stunning. Actually 100% carbon and water neutral. Have you ever heard of a jewellery brand doing that? Because I personally haven't, and I think that's amazing. The sustainability and the care and things for the environment is amazing, and you know I'm all about that. I love anything like that, you know. I've just done a flipping sustainable-ish paper vibes tray, so you know I'm really feeling it. And as well, they come in gorgeous pouches. Look at these. So like when you're traveling, I think it's great, because I feel like I just throw my jewellery sometimes, like even in my suitcase or like an overnight stay bag, and these are absolutely gorgeous. And the quality of these pouches, by the way, you can't really beat it. But now I'm absolutely obsessed, like, you guys. Can you cope? I love this jewellery brand. I think it's iconic, I think it's gorgeous, and I'm honoured to be working with them. Like, can you cope? Stunning. And they've got their biggest winter sale on ever at the Mint. It's buy one get one 60% off. So you could literally get 2 items like me, and the second one will be 60% off. Like, what more do you want? Especially near Christmas, like, treat yourself, guys, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I love it. I'm just obsessed. I can't wait to, I'm just gonna wear them everywhere. And I love the way it's like day to night vibes as well. Like, I could wear this in a day, look classy, like bougie up in the night, and look gorge. So yeah, I'm over the moon. So I will leave the link to Ana Luisa's sale in my description, and make sure you head over there and shop, because as you can see, you won't regret it. I love this. Like, I just wanted like a gorge middle finger ring, and I just love it. And I love the way it looks like a croissant. Get me to France, you know what I mean? So now that I'm all jewelled up, let's talk about the interior design trends for 2022. So the first interior design trend we'll be seeing in 2022 is ancient Greek influence. I love it. So near the end of this year, like the latter end, we actually started seeing a lot more Grecian influence into both our homes and our architecture, which is a lot to do actually with the catwalk. Now, as you probably all know or may not know, a lot of the trends that we see in our homes is a lot of the time from the catwalk. And Louis Vuitton and FURNSIHINGS actually collaborated together most recently for Winter 21 collection, and because of that you are literally seeing so many people getting all these kinds of mythological characters, you know, Grecian sculptures. We're seeing lots of columns, and now retailers are actually picking up on this as being a trend, and obviously with that huge collab that we've just seen, everyone wants it and everyone wants to sort of get behind it and sort of influence it into our homes. I absolutely love it, as well as the return of like finishes such as marble. You know, you're looking at textured walls, things like that. More of iconic things you might have seen probably about 4 or 5 years ago are actually starting to make a move back into our homes. And as well, have you seen like those like quirky candles people are doing? A lot of them are actually of Grecian influence because of like the shapes, the formations, you know, statue heads, as well as like columns and things like that. So that will be a really huge trend in 2022. It's very iconic, and I think you see it a lot in like luxurious hotels anyway. So it's sort of the idea of making that luxury living in a hotel and bringing it to your home, which I am here for, because you should be living in a lap of luxury in your own home. You should not wait to just go to a hotel to feel luxury. So trend number 2 that we are going to be seeing is neutral minimalism. Now, this is not to be mistaken with the usual minimalism that we're used to seeing, like such as the white and the black and the very monochrome styled minimalism where everything looks kind of like cold and art gallery. It's kind of not that. It's actually more of a creamier undertone that we're going to be starting to bring into our interior design. Now, I know a lot of us actually have probably started seeing this, especially a rise of it on social media. I know I have. A lot of people are choosing more of a creamy mushroom tone wall colouring, which is fabulous. You know, people starting to use like, see like these creamy tones that I've used in this Pampas display, and again with this vase, it's a darker brown, and then I've got like a creamy marble bowl. Like, obviously I'm a girl who loves white clinical interiors, you know, I do love it. But I'm actually really loving this whole neutral minimalism, and starting to bring more of the earthy brown creamy tones into my studio as well as my home, because I think it's really classy. It gives a much more like family, like welcoming vibe into your home as well. So I absolutely love it. And as well, it came from kind of a cultural element as well, which is like the Japandi style, which I will talk about in a minute. Loving the way people are wanting to experiment with things, look at different cultures, how they design on homes, how it feng shui's with us, something they want to experiment with. Like, they want to see, what can I do with this space? How does this space represent me? You know, things like that. We're going to be coming away from like the grey hardwood floors, and we're going to be seeing a lot more warmer woods. Again, more creamy undertone, dark oaks, you know, things like that, as opposed to grey, because grey at one point, obviously the hardwood grey flooring was a big thing. Like, I've got it in my room, and do I regret it? Yeah. So I think I've had it like 4 years, but you know what I mean, like, I feel like, why does it do that? So yeah, a bit fuming at past me, but it's fine, we move. Now that brings me on to tree trend. That's because I've just done a tree trend video, ignore me. So that brings me on to interior trend number 3, which, as I've just said, Japandi. So it is still a hot topic. Now, a lot of people think Japandi is kind of something that has just came about. It actually hasn't. It's got very cultural values. If you've never looked or had a little nosy at Japandi, definitely do. It's very interesting. It still incorporates like a minimalism vibe, but it's got a lot more cultural aspects, you know, the earthy tones. We're seeing a lot of celebrities start using this. Kim Kardashian, big celebrity who's actually using this. She got a big designer in, I can't think of his name, I think it begins with an A at the top of my head, to actually do her home up. I'm going to insert here, because it was absolutely stunning, and when I seen it I was like, wow. Pandi's kind of like that cultural earthy, still keeping a minimalistic approach of kind of having those like imperfect pieces in our home, everything not being new, like letting it flow through its like lifespan, things like that. So I've actually got a book here because I was really interested in learning about this. and it is called wabi-sabi, not to be mistaken with wasabi, which by the way nearly killed me off the other month because I thought it was avocado on my plate and it wasn't. So never ever do that, just letting you know, because it was the worst meal of my life. I wanted to go home so badly. But anyway, so this is called wabi-sabi by Beth Kempton, and it's Japanese wisdom for a perfectly imperfect life. It actually covers obviously a lot of interior related topics, but it also covers about life and things like that. Sort of idea about living more, worrying less, but also keeping our cultural values and kind of like that, you know, not everything has to be flipping brand new perfect. I love it. I love this concept and I've really been kind of getting into it. So I'll leave this linked for you and a few other books I recommend. Oh, and I want to add into that as well, it's about having lived in spaces. I think people fear, I don't know whether it's anybody else, but like if we get guests or someone's coming around, mum's like, get the Hoover out, like, you know, no one can look like they live here. Like what? Like, you've got to have some like idea that people are living in that space. Like, it's kind of like this idea that we're embarrassed to even have like flipping, I don't know, like a cup out that's been drank from, or like a bowl on the side. Like, it's like the shame of that. Like, should we be shamed for it? Read the book and you'll discover. But anyway, that's a good talking point actually. You never know, I might make this a hot topic at some point in my new Let's Talk series. Trend number 4, which is optimistic decor now. I absolutely love this idea. So it's about like having optimism in our homes and in our interiors, and about telling a story through our homes. Now, I don't know whether anyone's seen, but Pantone have actually just released their colour of the year. It's had very mixed reviews as to whether it's good or bad, and to be honest, it's kind of more so like a science like colour theory behind the actual colour that they've chosen, which is kind of like a blue purple undertone. I think it's a gorgeous colour. Whether I think it's colour of the year, I'd gone for more of a green, because I think we're going to be looking at a lot of like sustainability and a lot of the outdoors in this year. I know we did sort of similar last year, but it was more like a brown, well, brown colour was Dulux, I think. I don't know, all the years mixed into one. But anyway, I don't know whether I love the colour. I like the concept behind it, but not sure on the colour. But anyway, this optimistic decor is about like the future of design. It's going to be bright, bold, playful, kind of anything goes. But when I say anything goes, I mean like not maximalism, like put everything everywhere and have no clue. There's still going to be flow about it. You know, we're going to be layering texture, stunning wallpapers that match gorgeous loud couches. But you know, there's a way to go about maximalism. Maximalism done wrong is hideous. Maximalism done right is iconic. So if you are someone who struggles, maybe get an interior designer to help you with that. It's kind of about bringing our personality back into our space, because obviously, as we know now, more so in the past couple of years, we've actually grew and realised, oh sorry, we live in our home 24/7. This should be where I can, someone looks at me and then sees that in my home, or sees my personality in my home. And I love that. Your personality should be in your home. Like, it's an iconic statement of you. Like, you walk out in the clothes every day to make, you know, this is who I am, this is my personality. So when someone walks into your home, they should feel that way about your home as well. So, trend number 5, the 70s called. Was we expecting the 70s to make a comeback this year? No. Are we vibing it? Yes. So the 70s is making a comeback, or should we say more of a postmodern influence, do you know what I mean? Actually, we're going to be starting to see all these like shapes and curves that we seen back in the 70s come back into the modern world. You know, all gorgeous architecture that we might have seen. You know, we started seeing like gorgeous undulating, you know, sofas. I think that's how you say it, undulating. I can never say it properly. So like gorgeous curvaceous sofas. We started seeing curvy headboards, curvy ornaments. We just started seeing more of a bit more of an iconic sculpture of things we can get, instead of just staying plain and kind of in a box. So yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing more of a rise of 70s pieces. Urban Outfitters have actually brought out a few pieces that are giving me 70s vibes. I absolutely love them. I will link them for you. They're actually smashing it on the interiors, so I don't know whether they're going to be a retailer to watch this year. I definitely will be watching out for them. It's about as well every aspect of the home having the wow factor, because as you know, in the 70s it was quite like wow, like home interiors sort of become a thing, like everyone just sort of had the basics, and then the 70s came and it was like, oh, actually I'm going to start experimenting in the home. It started becoming not just a thing kind of for rich people to have nice homes, like people who were just like everyday like us wanted nice homes. So as they say, history does repeat itself. Trend number 6 is black accents. Now, I know I was talking before about the whole idea of minimalism not being like as black and white and kind of classic, and more of the whole like understated creamy browns, but actually these black accents are actually making a comeback. So I've seen a lot of people getting these crystal doors, black mirrors, black shelving and black accessories. Now, it's not about having your whole room black, like very dark and very small. It's about having classy, iconic pieces in your home that just give the extra wow factor from your neutral minimalism. So it's still the idea of the neutral minimalism, but you're taking the black accents from it, if that makes sense. I love elements of black because I think it's sleek, modern, iconic, and also it kind of matches anything. I don't know anything that you can't have like in a room and then put a black accessory in. It's always going to match, do you know what I mean? Trend number 7, the roaring 20s are back. So we were talking about before about history repeating itself, and it's gone and done it again. So obviously after the world sort of came back around in the roaring 20s, I feel like again it's kind of happening in the 20s coincidentally. It's the idea of like having an era of optimism. Yet again we're seeing that word, and it was an era that really changed design. You know, you're seeing stunning architecture. I think it was the Chrysler building that was designed in the 20s, maybe I might be wrong, but I will get that. Kind of this idea about a shift in design, which I absolutely love. I love the idea of that, like what's next, how exciting, do you know what I mean? But it's kind of going towards that Gatsby luxurious but not too like cheap and yuck, do you know what I mean? Kind of keeping the elegance of it, and again the shapes that they used, like it was very much like shapy, and like using that to the advantage of like wall coverings and ornaments and things like that. I've started seeing a lot of like Gatsby-esque ornaments coming into retailers, so I think that might be something we might be seeing. We might be seeing a lot of Gatsby inspired parties, like you name it. So trend number 8 will be statement pieces. So enough of the knickknacks, none of that. I might have to get rid, but that's not there. Enough of the knickknacks, it's time for statement pieces. Again, I'm seeing a huge ornamental pieces. You know, I've picked up statement pieces for this room myself, although you can't see them. It's all about that as opposed to knickknacks. I feel like people struggle, and this is why sometimes people don't understand how this styling doesn't look good or doesn't work. It's actually because you're not creating a vignette in your design. So it's about bringing a cluster of elements together instead of making it look like clutter. Does that make sense? It's actually about bringing a few elements together, linking them together, creating its own little area, you know what I mean? I always talk about splitting things into sections, but again, I might cover this. If you want me to cover more of my styling, actually I really want to do this in the new year, do let me know in the description. I know I haven't done a lot of styling videos lately, again, Christmas calls, but I really want to start getting back into that as well. So if you are someone who struggles with vignettes and making something look fabulous, knickknacks are dead, like everyone's still gonna have these kinds of things, but I'm saying a lot more bigger pieces, sculptural vibes, again linking to the ancient Grecian vibes that we're getting, just stuff like that. So it's going to be more bigger and statement pieces. But if you do think this is something you would like to learn on how to style small pieces, do let me know in the comments and I will get around to that for you. And with that as well, we're going to be seeing a lot of modular huge furnishings, so like big massive couches split into sections that actually move about. Might be more ideal for people who might have smaller space living, but it's also the idea of having multiple uses. We did see more of a functionality shift last year, because we know a lot of people working from home and also eating and also living and also sleeping. So it's the idea that this, say, modular sofa could be a bed as the 3-piece, and then also be used as a sitting area, and then moving a couch to your desk to work, and then moving it to eat. Like, it's kind of like that movement of furniture, just not having one use, which I absolutely love. I felt like I said that so quick. I'm so sorry to anyone. To anyone who's not a Scouser, do I talk quick? I don't think I do, but apparently I do. There's few people say that, but I'm just so passionate, you guys. I really am. So trend number 9 is 9.5 by the looks of things. 9. Why is my finger not bending? Does anyone else's finger do that? What? Oh my god. Is going to be transparent furnishings. Now, Again, this is giving me like a history repeating itself, but instead of being like colour block, which I can't think of the year it was it maybe Alessi who started all the colour plastic furnishings? It might have been. I did product design, I should know this. Yeah, so we're going to be seeing a lot of transparent furnishings. The reason being is actually a shift more so than making a statement. We don't want the key furniture pieces to make the statement, we want the accessories to. Let me explain. So say for example you have a coffee table that is a clear transparent coffee table, but you have a gorgeous stack of books on there with a little vignette. It's the idea of you're not wanting to look at and see the functional item, you're wanting to see the items on the function item. Does that make sense? Science blows my mind, like, you know, design and science are clearly hand in hand, but it's the idea of we're going to be able to see through these elements and see through to the bigger picture that we actually, of the item we want to see. If I just blew everyone's head because I just feel like my head just fell off. But we are going to be seeing a lot more acrylic homeware. Again, it's kind of like, a lot of people would say it's kind of cheap and nasty finish of the design, which I totally get. I do understand that it can be not look expensive and luxurious, so I'm interested to see how this is going to turn out, to be honest with you. I think you'll get away with a few nice acrylic home pieces, but whether you can get away with these bigger staples, I just don't know, you guys. I'm about that trend. Trends are just trends. Sometimes they're fads, sometimes they last years. It's whatever you want your home to be. So, you know, just take these ideas on the chin as inspiration. You know, I'll leave a few books below that you might want to get your hands on to like educate yourselves this year for your homes. There's so much information out there that sometimes it's kind of you developing your own style, not just like being told, oh well, this is in, so if you haven't got it in your home, like, tough luck. But I think it's a bit different to fashion. Fashion, you can flip and get a new wardrobe tomorrow. You can't just get a new couch every year, do you know what I mean? Like, it's expensive to maintain and the upkeep of that. Like, it's not really necessary. So yeah, that does bring me to the end of today's video. I just want to mention again the gorgeous jewellery here from Ana Luisa. I will leave all the details in the description below, so you can go over to the website and get your hands on some unreal pieces. I could not wait to order some more. I'm so excited. How gorgeous is that? I think I'm gonna get like a few more rings, you know, for like a stack, because I find as well with me being like in sort of the field I'm in, and like if I'm doing hauls, my hands are always in videos and I always think, oh my god, why have I not got any rings on? Well, do not fear, because my Ana Luisa jewellery will be in all of my hauls from now on, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm dead made up with that. It's making me a bit hungry because it looks like croissants, but don't you just love that? It just looks like this rope. Oh, I'm so happy. So yeah, I'll leave all that information in the description for you anyway. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. If there's any trends in particular that you did like or didn't like, do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a chat with you. And as well, if you're not subscribed already, please make sure you do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you on my next video.